Hello everybody and welcome to this new pick a card video. For those of you who are new here on the channel, hello. My name is Ellie. It's very nice to meet you. I'm going to be your host and your guide for this reading today. So today we're taking a look at the exciting new changes that are coming into your life by the year 2022. So it should be a pretty exciting video. And I intended this video to be some sort of gift for the holidays for me to you guys. So I hope that you appreciate it and I wish you an amazing holiday season. So if you're ready, let me take you to my altar right behind me and I'm going to present to you the piles that I have for you today. Welcome to the pile selection, everyone. Now, before I start, let me just say a very quick disclaimer as usual. Please know that this is a general reading, so of course it will not resonate with just everybody, but it was crafted to resonate with the people that it is meant to reach. So this being said, there is probably a message meant for you to be found in there still, and maybe that you will come out of them with some value nonetheless. So please note as well that I'm just another human being just like you, and so I'm endowed with an ego too, and therefore my interpretations, although they come from the best of places, although they come from a heart to yours, you guys, they are still not the absolute. So please take in what resonates and leave behind the rest, and that's perfectly fine by me. So now for this pile selection, I wanted to give you guys different intentions to choose from, and I have to tell you guys that all of those intentions, they don't necessarily match the messages in the piles. And I noticed because I filmed the intro to my videos last always. So please take note that all of these intentions are very random and they don't influence the messages that will be coming up underneath your pile. Because today together, we're going to start your reading by setting this intention for you with a mini fire spell that I will do on camera at the beginning of your reading. I personally work a lot with a fire element and I normally like to use fire for manifestation work. So I will ask you to choose an intent that you wish to send to the universe today with me, as well as a bay leaf associated with each card as well. And together during your reading, we're going to send out your wish to the universe by burning your bay leaf and speaking out the intention on each cards. So now you may choose any intention, you guys, because they're all universal. Even this true love card, whether you are already in a relationship or not, whether you are single, there's no problem choosing it at all. So I will now ask you guys to pick the pile that speaks the most to you with your intuition. And once you have done that, head down into the description bar down below and click on the timestamp associated with your pile. And this will take you to your reading. All right. So for pile 1, we have the intention of true love, come to me. For pile 2, the intention is success. For pile 3, we have the intention of prosperity. And for pile 4, we have the intention of abundance. So I will now offer a 30-second meditation to help you tune in with the energy of this reading and of each pile. So if you're ready, you guys, for the meditation, please find a comfortable position where you can relax and you can keep your eyes open, of course, because you will have to pick the pile that speaks to you the most. So if you're ready, let's begin by calling in the spirits of this sacred space for you. And let's start. Welcome part 1 into your reading where we take a look at the major changes 2022 will bring into your life. So you guys have chosen to set the intention for true love, and you have chosen as well this little bay leaf here. So whether you are single or in a relationship, love is kind of a thing we never have too much of, right? And I want to open you up today to a love that can be felt and lived through so many different forms as well. So whoever you are, we all deserve a little bit more love, way just beyond a love that can be experienced with a romantic partner, right? So maybe that this is something that you guys have wished for, more in 2022. Maybe that you guys wish to feel a bit more connected to the people that you love as well, to the people around you. But let's send your intent to the universe right now together. And so as I burn this little leaf, I'm going to speak the words out there as well for you guys too. And you can say it out loud with me, or you can maybe whisper them to yourself as well, or you can just sort of tell them in your mind if you don't want to freak out the people around you. That's okay as well. So let's go on ahead. True love shall come to pile 1. As I do will, so mote it be. True love shall come to my pile 1. As I do will, so mote it be. There we go. Let's put this aside for you guys now. Actually, let's put this right there. We'll take a look at your cards. So if you guys are ready, let's start the reading by taking a look at the influencing energies that you guys will be working with starting in January. So you guys have received the card. We have here Jupiter. And I hope that you guys can see it through the camera here. Then we have here the card of Virgo. And we have here for you as well, I communicate with compassion. Beautiful. Okay, so right away, pile 1, with Jupiter being a huge influence for you, there is a lot of expansion and growth that 2022 will bring into your life. It's kind of like I'm seeing a flower sort of like opening or blooming for you. And that is probably the energy of change that you're going to actually feel the most this year. So it's not necessarily things being transformed or changed around as much in your life for you. That's not really what I'm seeing here for you guys particularly. But things are going to change in terms of how they will develop and unfold in your life for you. That's kind of like a huge progression or upgrade energy, kind of like a step up from where you were last year. That is what I'm seeing occur here basically, and that is the sort of change 2022 will be sort of looking to implement in your life for you. So for example, if you have started some sort of personal project back in 2021, so for instance, let's say that you started a new income stream, let's take it as an example, then this is this side hustle that will sort of grow exponentially for you the next year. If, for example, that is a new fitness program that you have started last year or this year, then this is some massive evolution that your body and health is going to undergo from it. But I'm really seeing here that something will be growing and expanding in your life for sure. It could even be your own family. Maybe that you guys will be expecting to become parents this year, or perhaps that your family dynamic will change because maybe that, for example, 2 people in your family will fall pregnant around the same time. It's like this sort of like crazy change coming out to expand that I'm seeing happening here for you. So Jupiter in astrology is well, not just in astrology, but as well in astronomy. Jupiter is the biggest planet in our solar system. And one fun fact about it is that it's the planet that is also spinning the fastest. So this looks like a bigger, more exponential, unexpected growth here. That is the energy basically that you will be working with in 2022. It looks to me like you will be working with bigger, more impactful, sort of giant energy. And it's funny because with this card, that speaks of communication, and Virgo here being ruled by Mercury, which is a planet of communication. You know, Virgo energy is quite logical and down to earth. That is a sign that is extremely rational, and that's because all earth signs, and especially for when it comes to Virgo, they sort of believe in putting the hardest work necessary in order to make something significant or important happen in their life. And that is how a lot of earth signs operate normally. So this means that this Virgo being combined with this Jupiter energy for you guys, that is you guys connecting to massive, abundant energy this year. That is you guys reaping the rewards of your hard work too, because Jupiter is also associated with prosperity, and it's also a planet that is associated with good fortune. So that is you guys connecting to your own expansive energy in a sense, to growth and expansion in terms of how you feel abundant in your life. But that is really what I'm getting for you here, is that it's going to be less quantity and maybe a little bit more quality for you now. So it's not to say that there's not going to be a lot of big change, like a lot of changes in quantity. It's just to say that you guys may undergo maybe one or maybe like two massive changes or blessings this year. And they will come in the form of a huge expansion moment, like something in your life increasing or gaining momentum, sort of like getting bigger, and you're going to assist to this growth basically. It's kind of you guys will grow a baby this year. It's kind of what I see here. And it will sort of come as a huge, impactful moment to you guys as well. But this is quite exciting actually, because this is not like a lot of small changes. This is one or maybe two changes that you can see that are very obvious and in your face, that have this like massive effect over your life. And that is why this is an energy that is quite exciting to me. But this will be the influence starting in the month of January for you. This will be like probably a very big year for you, or it's going to be filled with those bigger moments, I should say. I also wanted to say as well that I'm seeing the throat chakra for you guys quite a lot somehow. And maybe that this message will only make sense for a few of you. So I don't know if you guys are enrolling yourselves in a certain project or position that maybe will require of you to speak more, maybe to express yourself more. But that is as well another huge thing that I'm seeing happen for you in 2022, guys. It's kind of like the expansion and opening of your throat chakra somehow, because there's like some shyness that is sort of going away. So if you have been someone that always felt in some sort of noose in your throat for when it comes to that, maybe that normally you're someone that is a bit more reserved or a bit more shy, or maybe that you just went through a lot of blockages or resistances last year surrounding your throat chakra and your kind of like your ability to feel listened, to feel heard, or to express yourself. But that is another big thing I'm seeing next year will unlock for you guys. It seems like this year is going to heal a lot for you in terms of your throat chakra. It's as though you guys will gain a lot more ease and a lot more confidence in this area. And I really wanted to get this out of the way before I check your other cards. So maybe that a lot of you who have chosen this pile will be often in front of the camera this year. Maybe that some of you are starting a podcast. Maybe that some of you are starting a YouTube channel. Maybe that some of you are singers, actors. Maybe you are a public speaker of some sort, or a leader at work even. Anything that is about reaching an audience. That's another thing that I'm seeing you grow this year. So another massive change for you I see is gaining a lot more comfort and ease, speaking your mind or speaking your heart, and people being able to relate to you through your voice and the words that you speak, which is pretty awesome. especially if some of you have been struggling with that, with clear communication or any sort of public speaking. But let's see what tarot cards you have received now. And let's start by taking a look at what is the energy that you guys will be leaving behind in 2022. So that is the energy that is going to leave your life this year that I'm going to take a look at now. And then after that, we're going to take a look at what energies will enter your year. So let's see what we have here for you. Let me get closer to the camera. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And then after that, we have the Seven of Swords reversed. Okay. So there is definitely an energy of dependency or codependency that was being toxic for you, and that is going to be leaving your life in 2022, part 1. And this could literally be anything from your health to your relationships, or even your material reality. So if it's in terms of your health, this could be a substance abuse that you guys will stop surrendering to, with this Seven of Swords being reversed. And so this could be some of you guys going sober, or going to some sort of rehab in 2022, going to get some help. Wow, okay, I don't know why, but that message is so fucking strong somehow. Somebody here is going to get some serious help and assistance this year about this, a certain addiction or health issue that you guys have been going through, and it's going to change everything. But there is this huge bad habit that you guys will be breaking out from this year, no matter what this is. And for some of you, it's something that you've been battling with for such an incredible amount of time now. Like, I would say literally years. And that's why this is going to feel like such a massive, impactful change in your life. It's going to feel like this huge victory for yourself. So this could be you going fully sober, like maybe not drinking at all anymore, or not taking, no longer taking any sort of alcohol or substance anymore. Maybe that it's an eating disorder even, or an eating compulsion. Like, wow, like I didn't expect that. Like, this habit, part 1, has stolen some serious precious time, maybe years through your life, and this year you're going to try to make up for it. But again, this part of the message might just be for a few of you guys, but some of you guys have recognized that when you're adding up that substance or that ingredient or that relationship, that job, that habit to the mix with this Seven of Swords reverse, it's like you weren't fully yourself anymore. And it was seriously affecting your Queen of Pentacles presence, which is, you know, your health, whether it be physical, mental, emotional. There is sort of like this dependency or codependent behavior that you guys will be severing from in your life. And I am saying that because the Queen of Pentacles is, I always considered her to be sort of like the mother figure of tarot and kind of like a caretaker in tarot. So our job is to nurture this very precious and important pentacle that she is holding there in her hands. And we have the Seven of Swords being reversed here for you guys, which represents some sort of sabotaging behavior that will stop for you this year. So it seems like you're cutting something out of your life that was stealing a lot of comfort, a lot of well-being, a lot of energy, or a lot of finances even for you, part 1, because Pentacles in tarot can speak of anything tangible, anything that you personally consider important. So that is your health, your finances, your energy, your sense of abundance that this thing was sort of targeting in your life and attacking. But this is something that was maybe taking or stealing a lot of vital force and energy out of you. And I don't know why, but I keep I keep sort of feeling a codependent energy here somehow. So for some of you, maybe that this is a person in your life that you have helped a lot last year, maybe that this person was going through a rough patch, or they had to depend on you financially for a while, or you had to give them maybe a place to stay or a shoulder to cry on. And it's like this person willingly or unwillingly fed a lot from that. They fed a lot from you, and they almost feel like a bit parasitic or almost like a vampire energy. And I don't like to say that because I don't think that it necessarily makes them a bad person. I just see someone here that kept depending a lot on someone else here, either to make ends meet or to get back on their feet. Oh, wait. This could be you guys as well that depended a lot on someone else this year. So this could be the bad habit here, the sort of codependent energy I'm feeling here. Codependency in any way, shape, or form is coming out here for sure for a lot of you. So if you guys weren't proud of yourself for having to ask or having to accept or take certain things from somebody else possibly this year as well, it's like any sort of codependency is what is leaving your life this year, which is actually great news because it's going to help you access your Queen of Pentacles energy freely again for you, Pawan. Your autonomous, independent, complete self-reliant energy. So that is you basically not needing this other person, this other substance, or this job anymore. It's like you don't need this ingredient anymore to get by, and you starting to take really good care of yourself on your own as well is another thing that I'm seeing here. So that is such a beautiful energy. I feel like you guys are going to realize just how resourceful and reliable you can be on your own this year. It's going to help you gain back a lot of trust in your own self, and it's a trust that you had a hard time to redeem lately in your own self. So this message is going to be one way or the other depending on what you're personally going through. Either this is you guys that was depending on someone or something, maybe depending on a partner, on a job, on a certain lifestyle or habit that you had, or that is someone else that was depending on you, Pawan, quite a lot. But that is what is being severed out of your life in 2022, which will enable you to access your own abundant flow of energy again, which will enable you not only to get back on your feet, but to start attracting and manifesting more abundance into your life again. And that will feel like such good riddance, you guys. Like, I'm so fucking proud of you. I don't even know you, but I'm just freaking proud of you because you guys are taking your own selves into your own hands again. That is what is happening for you in 2022. And it's not only your physical health that I'm seeing improve out of that, but that is also your financial well-being and how much you feel like you can treat yourself and give yourself something really nice, like a nice gift or a nicer living space, a nicer lifestyle out of that. Whether you are a man or a woman, you are coming into your own queenhood energy this year for sure, where you won't have to depend on no one nor anything again to make things work for you and to live well. So beautiful, beautiful news from our Pawan. I'm quite excited for you. But let's see now the energies that will enter your life in 2022. Because like I have mentioned, I am someone that believes that energy is constantly being recycled in our life. So every time that something leaves, something new always enters and comes in out of that. But we have for you here, you guys. Let me get closer because the camera is pretty far away. We have the Devil in reverse. Yeah, see, so that's sort of that Seven of Swords reverse energy going out of your life again. And Seven of Swords energy is very well known in tarot to be deceptive energy, kind of like cheating energy that isn't supposed to be there, basically, that doesn't belong there. And the Devil, sometimes it can speak of our bad habits, as well. So I feel that those two cards are really connected together right away. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles for you guys. Another energy that will be coming in. Amazing. Amazing. So that is your quality of life all around that I'm seeing increase and grow for you this year, Pile 1. I feel that this will come from this toxicity or this unhealthy and bad influence in your life getting out of the way this year, with this Devil in reverse and this 7 of Swords being those two cards that are reversed here for you. There's definitely a lot of negative influences that you guys will be working at unmaking this year. So depending on your situation, because I'm reading for a lot of people here at the same time, but this could be bad money habits that you will be severing from. This could be bad health habits, like I've mentioned, because I definitely felt like there was a couple of people from this pile here that were maybe going to take their health into their own hands tremendously this year, or take this a lot more seriously this year. And another strong thing that I'm feeling as well with this Devil again too is codependency again, like I was saying. So there is an attachment with something you guys thought that you needed to survive, or that you needed to get you through. And this year, if you haven't realized yet what this is, I feel that you're going to experience it firsthand, how much you don't need this thing as much as you think, Pile 1, and how much this thing is sucking a lot of life energy out of you even. And you will even see how much your quality of life, your health, your well-being and environment starts to change drastically more positively when this thing isn't there in the environment anymore. When you cut yourself from this substance, whatever the substance is. And I am using the word substance here, but anything can become an addiction, right? And codependent relationship, when we lean on people to keep us put, that can definitely be a form of addiction. There are people out there that can have an addiction to not being alone, for example, and I've seen that before. These people need to always be out and about, or with friends, or surrounded by someone else, because they simply can't feel like they can live all by themselves with themselves. And that is just the first example here that jumped into my mind. But I'm seeing you guys realize this year that as soon as this thing left from your life, it wasn't as painful as you thought it would be. In fact, it started to ameliorate things for you. It's like suddenly you could access much more abundant energy, your pentacle energy here again with this Queen of Pentacles and this 10 of Pentacles. Suddenly, when that job, that relationship, that habit, or that behavior left, you're going to realize just how much this thing was hindering your capacity to actually receive more. So I feel like for a lot of you, this influence here with the Devil reverse was sort of a way to escape your own self, or a certain responsibility in your life. And it took you out of this place where you could be acting less like you started acting less like yourself, like less like the healthiest version of yourself in a sense. And this year, stopping that binging, or that living in excess behavior, or that codependent behavior, is what is going to cleanse the flow of your manifestation. It's kind of like, and sorry for the gross mental picture here, but your manifestation is kind of like a channel, okay, bear with me. And this channel was kind of like becoming clogged with all types of substance, kind of like an artery that is getting clogged. So it's not that there was nothing in there that could pass through. It's not that there was no flow at all in there. It's more like you guys were hindering this flow or this channel and limiting your results because of it. And the detoxifying process of it is going to clean this channel out, where you guys will be back at a 10 in terms of flow and abundance. You know, the number 10 in tarot is the ultimate. It's like the last level of all the pip cards of the minor arcana of tarot, sorry. That's why it represents completion, right? It represents enlightenment as well to me. And I don't know why, but I keep feeling that this is a bad influence in your life that will actually get cleared and bring this sort of detox for you, Pawan, into all aspects of your life. It's like it's gonna, the flow towards all of these other aspects of your life will kickstart again. It's almost like this thing was being like a clogger in one of your main artery for manifestation. So to me, to see this devil reversed and the Seven of Swords reversed here for you guys, it's kind of like you guys were being indirectly or directly impacted by something here. You know what is this kind of making me think of? It's making me think of that time I was living in a hippie commune in British Columbia, and don't ask me why I actually ended up there, you guys. It's Ellie stuff again. It's Ellie adventure story again. But yeah, okay, so let me tell you about this true story of mine. So I was living in a hippie commune for a couple of months, and people in there were doing, you know, all sorts of things, like they were doing yoga and meditation, and they had this amazing friendly and accepting vibe. And for a while it felt so good for me to be around these people, because these were people that I thought were like me and they lived the same sort of lifestyle as me. So for a while it was so beneficial for me. But then there was some sort of dark twist to that lifestyle as well that I came to realize until later, because I was also being surrounded by people there that were either very repressed and angry about society, or people that were very passive as to how they were going to make the earth actually a better place. You know, it's kind of like they were talking all day every day about helping the earth and making it a better place, but then all that they will do was getting high all day and just complaining about how evil you know, rich people and money was, you know. So it's kind of ironic when you think about it, because these people were like whining about the system, and like, you know, they were talking all day every day about changing the world and, you know, making it a better place. But then it's like, for when it comes to, okay, let's change the world, making it a better place, when it came to taking action, you know, there was none taken behind it. It's like the actions didn't align so much with the intent that was at the forefront of these people's lives. So I started to realize that being around people like that for a longer amount of time, it mentally kept me in a very impoverished state, because I started associating a comfortable lifestyle with a I don't need that, or this is evil, or I shouldn't want that because this is my ego. And it's crazy because I have just started healing this part of myself this year, you guys, believe it or not. I have started cleansing all of this talk, you know, that I had about the society and the corporations and money being the roots of all evil in this world, and because of, you know, this system and stuff like that. Because our beliefs, I find, they shape who we are and they shape the world we think that we live in. And I'm sorry, but I don't want to live in a world where I am at the bottom of the food chain. I have a power and I want to live in my power. And besides, it's not true that rich people are all evil and that money is evil. Money enhances the people that we already are, by the way. And I believe that there are so many good people out there that have beautiful values. And through money, they could achieve great things for others and for this planet, because our world runs through money, you know. So that was a long story that I just shared right now with you guys, and I'm straying away from the subject, but that is the sort of cleanse that I'm seeing here happening for you, like I have done, that I'm seeing you doing here. And suddenly it's going to clear the flow towards how actually abundant you feel, how abundant you can be at this time without this thing, and how abundant you can become. It's like it's going to change your whole system of belief as well. That is insane. And I really love that. But let's see your last cards here, your last oracle cards. We have here well-being. Look at that, you guys. That's what I said. And then we have travel. Insane. Tarot blows my mind. So that doesn't come as a surprise. This card of well-being, it confirms everything I have been saying. That's your physical, mental, and emotional, and even your financial health that I'm seeing increase this year for you, Pile 1. And you treating yourself again because you can. You guys may even make huge investment towards a new, more sort of simplistic lifestyle that enables you to have more overhaul on in your own pockets. I don't know why, but this is coming through as well with this 10 of Pentacles. Suddenly, it's like you guys may buy a camper and live in it for a while, or you guys may buy a tiny house, something like that. And health is going to be a major theme for you again as well, for sure, especially because we have Virgo here as well and the Queen of Pentacles. It's like your health is going to be the #1 priority in your life this year. And I'm seeing as well with this card of travel, you guys may as well relocate or change environment completely, which could be another reason why with this 10 of Pentacles, I see you living a more sort of comfortable, abundant, and high vibe life all around. So it's like once this thing got out of the way, life started to become so good and generous with you again, because this thing was being a true poison to your personal development, Pile 1. That's the thing. So depending on where you are around the globe, travel may be another huge blessing coming for you this year. You might take one box on your bucket list, basically, of a maybe a big vacation that you have always wished to do, or of maybe a country that you guys always wish to visit. But that is all that I'm seeing here for you, Pile 1. I hope that you claim this reading, and I wish you an amazing holiday season. For those of you who have been curious to check out my private tarot services, I offer personal readings, yes. So the link to my store will be down below in the description box if you guys want to check it out. And otherwise, I hope to see you back soon on the channel again, you guys. Bye-bye. Welcome, Pile 2. This is going to be a reading where we take a look at the major changes coming into your life in 2022. So you guys have chosen to set the intention for success with me today, and you have chosen this belief. So maybe that this is something that you guys are wishing to yourself in 2022. Maybe that you guys are wishing to see something grow in your life this year as well. But whatever this is, let's send your intention to the universe together. And I'm going to speak the words on your card as I burn your bay leaf. And you can, of course, accompany me by saying the words out loud to yourself as well. Or maybe by whispering them to yourself. Or maybe by just saying them in your mind if you don't want to freak anyone out. But let's do that together right now. Success that's true belong to Pile 2. Success with honor, integrity. Success that's true belong to Pile 2. Success with honor, integrity. Start this aside. Let's put this aside for you guys. So if you're ready now, let's start the reading by taking a look at the influencing energies that you guys will be working with starting this January. So you guys have received the card Gemini, and I hope that I will be close to the camera enough. And you have received as well Mars. And you have received I Spread Joy. I love this card. I find it really beautiful. That's the Amenti Oracle Deck, for those of you that may wonder. So wow. So you guys, Mars is the planet of war in astrology, and it represents our drive, ambition, passion, and energy. So combined with this, I spread joy. And Gemini, which Gemini is associated with communication. It's also associated with friendship and multitasking. So that is definitely your social life that is going to undergo a massive change this year for you, Paltu. I'm seeing here your level of overall vital energy increase as well. And that's because the universe will be working at bringing you people that will be able to make your life feel warmer. People that will understand you more and fill up your schedule with activities that enable you to experience another side to life that is more fun, one that is about those pleasures that you can share with others. So I don't know if friendships or maybe partnerships is something that you have been asking for as well lately, or perhaps that this is something you have been working to bring into your life a little bit more for a while. Otherwise, this could be your higher self that has sort of made that order on the side for you guys, especially if you tend to find happiness on your own most of the time, or if you tend to sort of bury yourself in your work or in your own personal projects and sort of forget about getting out. That is going to change for you this year. And it's not because it's a bad thing for you to be spending time on your own. I just want to make that clear, or because you can't find joy as well on your own. But I actually feel that it's because of that. You guys will have found a lot of joy on your own, actually, and that's exactly why you will be so ready now to bring new changes into the mix and learn how to share now this joy with someone else or with more people now, Paltu. So that is just what the next chapter of your life requires here, it seems. So there could be changes in your inner circle. You could notice that a lot of people they seem to come and go, or maybe that some people could go and other people could come in. You guys could be placed in a position this year as well where meeting new people would just be some part of your game, especially if you guys are moving into a different city or are maybe relocating in terms of work. But no matter what this is, I see here that this is your social life that is about to be revamped and breathe life again through you. So that is one change that I'm clearly seeing here with your first cards. Maybe this aspect of your life is something some of you guys were missing or were missing out on, or maybe that it's something that you guys are kind of like starting to lack. And the universe wants to make it clear in 2022 that it's not part of your spiritual lessons to go at this alone or to be on your own for now, Paltu. And you know, that's the thing, is that learning how to be comfortable with our own selves or learning how to be fulfilled on our own isn't part of everybody's spiritual journey here. And it's not part of every chapter of our life either. That's the thing about friendship and partnerships. I feel that it's normal to have these moments where our social life feel a lot more busy and a lot more crowded. And it's normal to have as well to have those down periods too, those periods to breathe, where especially as we age and as our life circumstances change, it's normal to also go through those chapters where like this area of your life feels pretty dead or a little bit more empty. And normally, I personally find that those empty spaces almost come with any big transitional phase of life, and they are kind of like made so that we can get back in touch with our own sense of self, with our own passions, our own hobbies, our own interests, to develop very well this relationship that we have going on with our new evolved self, so that we can start attracting people that will be a match for this new phase of life that we are about to enter. So maybe that this is what has happened for you lately, you guys. You guys could have been purging a lot in terms of friends and of people over the last year. So 2022 is going to bring this social cleanse to you. And from that, I'm seeing you guys finding a lot more joy in new partnerships that will resemble you more. With this kind of Gemini, It could come in the form of a new twin, kind of like a best friend or someone that shares a very similar personality than you. They almost make you feel like a double of yourself in a sense. Or it could come as well in the form of an entire new network too, like a whole new group of friends as well. And you know, maybe that those new people won't look like the people that you normally hang out with. I don't know why this is coming through, but that's for a divine reason. But I see them bringing you guys a lot of joy. It's just going to feel busy in this area of your life again. And I feel that you needed that. Like you needed this dimension to life to feel exciting for you again. So those people that the universe will send you in 2022, their job will be to take you out of boredom, Paltu, out of your mundane, out of your work, out of solitude, out of everything you have been burying yourself in emotionally, mentally, spiritually over the last year. It's almost like they are going to pull you into a different realm and show you that there is so much more to life in store for you than that there is so much more to discover and to try out there. So those people will come not to make your life more productive, Paltu, but to make life feel more enjoyable for you. You know, they will just give you a really good time is what I see here. It's kind of like they're going to remind you to live life, to live this human experience more fully, which is important to your spiritual growth as well. And it's important to not get so unraveled in our work here, in our spiritual mission here, that we forget to also live this human incarnation and all that it has to offer, you know. But that is the energy I see you guys working with this year. It's a lot of social energy and including yourself more amongst your human peers, if you will. But there are people that are meant to play a significant part of your life that you are meant to meet this year, which is pretty exciting news. But let's see now what tarot cards you have received now. And let's start by taking a look at what is the energy that you are actually leaving behind in 2022. So those cards I will be drawing now will speak of the energy that is going to leave your life this year. And then after that, we're going to take a look at what energies will enter your year. But when it comes to what is leaving your life, we have here, let me get closer to the camera. We have strength, and we have the well. Beautiful card. Is that an incense burner? It looks like an incense burner. It's pretty. Okay, so I had to check what this well card was all about because this is a card that doesn't belong in the traditional deck. It belongs to this particular tarot deck. So it says here, the well is the birthplace of ideas, inspiration, and transformation. All things are birthed from the creatrix, and knowledge flows freely to those who seek it. And then for the upright meanings, it says nurturing, opportunity, nature, creativity. Okay, so Paltu, it seems like the end of a solitude period of time here for sure for you in 2022. It's the end of a phase of life where you had to really get acquainted with yourself, where you had to endure a lot or go through a lot on your own. With this strength card, I almost feel like 2021 brought a lot of healing to you guys' life. It's almost like this period of time was designed to bring you back to a place where you could recuperate, rejuvenate, gain more personal strength and personal self-confidence. And now this year, because of this huge internal process that you guys have been making, you guys will be so ready to step into this new phase where you can start surrounding your life with new actors and new significant people again. And that's because you guys are healed now. Therefore, you will be fully open to receive that, to receive those people. It seems with this strength and well card, like you have been quite focused or busy in your own individual journey so far as well, or maybe that this was the case over the last year. But in 2022, Pile 2, the universe will work on preparing your life and yourself to be available in a way where you can find more harmony, more cooperation, more companionship, more acceptance even. I wonder if you guys have felt alone for a while now, maybe because you feel as though there is no room for you to fit in the world where you are currently at. Kind of like the lion that is trying to fit in with society, or the maiden that is trying to fit in the jungle. You know, the world of the lion. It's as though you have been making a lot of compromises here, or self-sacrifices the last year in order to fit into a certain mold. I feel that this is the energy that will sort of be expelled out of your life in 2022. I feel that the energy that is going to leave you is feeling like you have to change or be somebody else or adjust yourself in order to feel loved, accepted, nurtured. I feel like what is leaving your life is any sort of collaboration or partnership as well that made you feel as though you and someone else could not understand each other, or like you or someone else could not cohabitate in the same world or the same environment together. It's almost as though this coexistence, or you trying to fit in this different world, made you in need of repair and healing, Pile 2. That is crazy. I wonder what this is. I guess that the message will fit differently depending on your situation. But that's the end of a lot of need for bending and for flexing here, it seems. It's like the end of a period of healing, of isolation, or self-withdrawal as well. But it's so weird because the word cohabiting keeps coming back here somehow with your cards. It's almost like you won't have to cohabitate anymore with someone, or you won't have to cope with certain people, with a certain environment or a certain situation in your life anymore. I feel like you guys had learned to digest and taking a lot last year. Maybe you have kept silent about a lot of things as well. And this was a temporary sacrifice that you had to do in order to keep the peace alive, or in order to keep your own sanity, maybe even, or in order for things to go smoother for you. But you won't have to cope with that anymore, is what I see here. You won't have to endure anymore. That is the energy that is leaving your life, is this sort of trying to cope with whatever is going on right now in your life. So let's see now what's the energy that will enter your life, because then maybe I will be able to connect the messages a bit better, because I believe that every time an energy leaves our life, it's actually being recycled into something else. So let's see the blessing or positive changes here will be bringing into your life in exchange. And we have here the Queen of Cups reversed. Let me get closer. And that's probably one of the prettiest Queen of Cups I've ever seen. I really love her blue hair. She looks like a real little golden mermaid. And then after that we have the Three of Swords. Okay. That makes a little bit of sense now. Okay, so I'm actually glad that I did check those cards, because that actually makes a lot of sense. That's a big energy of healing that I see coming into your life in 2022, Pile 2. I feel like many of you guys have walked away from a pretty disappointing situation in 2021, and maybe that you think that this was just an experience made to sort of shatter your heart, or that you were the one losing here. It's like there's something that you didn't fully understand from that experience. However, I feel like there is a replacement that will be even better than what you have lost or been disappointed by, that will come to. to take this thing's place for you guys. And that's the big positive change I'm seeing here happening. And I kind of hate to use the word replacement, you know, because especially if well, for when it comes to the loss of something so sentimental, which seems to be the case here for you guys with the Queen of Cups reversed and the Three of Swords, I don't think that things like that, like things like people, pets, or personal souvenirs can ever be replaced. However, by replacement, what I mean is that something will come in to fulfill the hole it has left in your chest or in your heart, pile 2, which will help you digest and process the past disappointment a lot differently. It will sort of like help you to feel about it a lot differently. That's interesting though, because that's your heart chakra that I see this year will focus on healing and opening up again for you in a sense. That's your heart chakra that will be clearly targeted here, because something has left your life in 2021 and it's left a hole in your chest is what I see with the Three of Swords and the Queen being reversed. I have to say that a blocked heart chakra is probably one of the most painful blockages, in my own opinion at least, because the heart chakra, you guys, is this energy center that enables us to establish authentic connections around us. So it enables us to establish connections with others, connections with our surroundings, connections to our experiences. It's what enables us to feel in this life. So when we cut this part of our own selves out, basically we are numbing ourselves. We're cutting a whole new dimension to life, a dimension that brings pleasure, that brings colors, that brings texture, passion, and vibrancy. When we experience a blockage in this area because we have a wounded heart chakra, that's because we've been brutalized by it or traumatized by it somehow. That's basically because our nervous system has registered that this dimension of life is dangerous. It registered that pleasure is something dangerous or to avoid, that connecting is something dangerous or to avoid. So that's like as if instead of living in a 4D world, it's like if we will drop our experience into living a 3D world instead. And that's an incomplete experience. So that's why hindering this center can create such a huge sense of emptiness and lack. It can use like it can cause major disbalances throughout all of the rest of our lives. So this year, about to, you're receiving a gift from the universe in the form of a person or of a group of people that will be able to open you up to this new dimension to life again. Those people, they will understand you, they will accept you, they will be trustworthy and loyal. And their love for you, I just want you to know, it will be so unconditional. And that's clearly what is so healing about this whole thing. But in order for them to come in, you are being prepared to receive right now. And that is what this Queen of Cups reverse is indicating to me, because the Queen of Cups, she is very selective normally as to who will be allowed to come to drink in her own cup that she is holding. And seeing her reverse like that in your reading, that's like refusing access from this cup to your own self now. And you know, Pal2, it's really important that you don't punish yourself like that in this way. You know, the most difficult challenge of life is to keep your heart open when you actually most want to close it down. And when you refuse your own self access to your own cup, that's like you refusing yourself access to a part of life you actually came here to experience. Because it's part of your journey here and it's part of your own nature to be able to connect freely again. But you know, I feel that you guys are now at this step where it's like the most healing that you could do on your own so far, that's been done already. That is the phase of life that is actually ending. From now on, it looks like the next healing stage for you that you are actually going to make next year is going through experiencing attachment and deep vulnerability once again. Because, you know, I'm someone that sincerely believes that in this life, There is so much that we came to learn on our own, but there are certain key lessons that we aren't actually meant to teach ourselves. Others are meant to teach us that, and they are meant to give us the key to that chest. And that's what you're going to realize this year, which will humble you down quite a lot. There is so much that you came to learn through others as well. And those lessons were never meant for you to be able to access on your own. That's why we were born surrounded by millions of other people like that. That's to remember us of our social nature. And that's to remind us that we are actually part of something bigger, that we are actually part of a collective of some sort. And that's why we came in this human incarnation, is to learn through the personal experience as well as through the lens of the human collective, and what others can teach us as well about ourselves and about this world and about spirituality. So right now, the progression you had to make on your own, that's all done in 2022. I feel that the next step for you guys is to now apply those lessons you have learned by yourself. All of those lessons you have kind of absorbed in 2021, as well as welcoming the divine teachings that others have to actually give you. That's why it's not part of your spiritual journey, emotional and mental journey to be on your own this year. And you might have a bit of resistance towards that at first, or it might feel weird, but that's because your lesson right now is to learn the value and sacredness of giving and receiving love to another being, to merge with this collective experience, to learn the value of vulnerability as well. So that's some huge lesson that will change everything. But that's the big change that I see here happening for you. Is life feeling a lot more warm and not so cold and detached for you anymore? So that's funny, because it's almost as if the universe will bring you people to merge with again, so that you can build a sense of community, so that you can coexist with a partner, with people who have something to offer you and to teach you with a strength card, so that you have people by your side that will complement your strengths and your weaknesses, so that you can evolve basically into becoming a more wise version of yourself, pal, too. Because, you know, the maiden here on this card of strength has never forced the lion to open his mouth like that. I mean, you don't see it on this card right there, but on the traditional image of the strength card, this maiden is kind of like opening the lion's mouth. But she never forced him to do that. And the lion, in the same way, is not trying to eat the maiden. The two are at peace with each other. That's a sacred collaboration that is happening here, because both have learned that they could benefit from each other a lot more than by remaining by their own selves. So that's a huge change of focus that I'm seeing happening for you this year, pal, too. From a self-reliant lifestyle into being part of something, into teamwork, into partnership, into an alliance. That's the next step for you. That's so that life can feel more multi-dimensional again, because you are a multi-dimensional being, Patu. That's the thing. But let's check now your oracle cards and see what other changes are coming in for you guys. Well, look at that. Family. So do I need to explain myself more? I feel like this reading is so done already. We have here the card of boundaries as well. Yeah, but you know what, actually, pal, too? That's certain walls and boundaries around your energy and your art that you are actually dissolving this year. But that's far from being a bad thing. That's actually a good thing for you, I feel, because you guys have been cutting yourselves out of feeling included and loved for a very good while now. I know that because I've been to this place before. You know, when we try to convince ourselves that we are better off on our own, that we are the only ones that will be able to make us feel good. And you know what? That's a painful lie. That's a painful lie we often tell ourselves to survive betrayal. But that's the biggest change I'm seeing happening for you guys this year, is that not only 2022 will bring more people with whom you will be able to grow and expand, but it's also going to bring you to a place where you feel like you can belong. No matter if this is in your personal life or at home, at work, or at school, that's so that you can build your own community or your own family, so that you can bring in friends that feel like a soul family to you. I just get the feeling that 2021 was maybe a year where you guys had to cut a lot of cords with certain people in your life, maybe, or where you have raised certain boundaries you didn't have the guts to raise before with certain people in your life. And now it's like in 2022, that's like you guys will get to establish new cords with new people now, which, you know, cards, they are so important when we want to develop deeper connections and relationships with people that we love. Cords, they are a detriment when we actually have to move on. But when we want to create a deeper connection with someone, you actually want a cord there because you want to feel linked deeply to your partner or your family members. But cords, they become a really big problem when it's time to move on and to raise boundaries. So that's what's happening to you guys. You guys have been cutting certain cords in your life so that you can link them to the right people for you now, to feel connected again on an intimate level with people that can provide you with a sense of family and belonging. So that's beautiful energy here. But that's actually all that I'm seeing here for you guys. My pal too. I hope that you claim this reading, and I wish you an amazing holiday season to you all. For those of you who have been curious to check out my private tarot services, I do offer personal readings. The link to my store will be down below in the description box. And otherwise, I hope to see you back soon on the channel again. Bye, you guys. Welcome, Pal 3, into your reading where we take a look at the major changes 2022 will bring into your life. So you guys have chosen to set the intention for prosperity with me today. So maybe that is something you guys are wishing to yourself for 2022. But let's send now together your intention to the universe. I'm going to speak the words on this card as I burn your bay leaf, basically. And you can accompany me by maybe saying the words out loud to yourself with me, or maybe whispering them to yourself, or just by saying them in your mind if you don't want to freak anyone out around you. But let's do that. As this tree grows so strong, so fine, so may Pal 3 prosper from the universal divine. As this tree grows so strong, so fine, so may Pal 3 prosper from the universal divine. Perfect. Let's set this aside for you. So if you guys are ready now, let's start a reading by taking a look at the influencing energies that you guys will be working with starting in January. So you guys have received the card Aries, and I hope I'm not being too close from the camera right now that you guys can see. Then after that we have planet Venus. And then after that, we also have a card for you. I listen to opposing opinions. Beautiful. And I'm sorry if you can hear my roommates speak at the background. I live with some other beautiful souls. I'm not living on my own. So maybe that you can hear them, but that's okay. Hopefully it will not stop us from doing this reading today. So that's interesting, guys, because we have the card of I listen to opposing opinions. And for when it comes the energy that will be ruling you guys, you have received Venus in Aries. And Venus and Aries people, they can be quite demanding partners sometimes in love and within their relationships. And that's because Aries are sons and daughters of Mars, the planet of war, you guys. So I don't know if some of you have played God of War and are into video games like me, but Aries are sons and daughters of freaking Kratos. You know, I'm a moon in Aries, and when I get into this mode where I get passionate about something, I need to be careful because I'm going to shatter some feelings here. Or I'm going to destroy you, all right? And look, I'm not perfect, you guys. I'm a work in progress, just like anyone else. Well, I lose my shit for real extremely rarely, you guys. That's more in my teenage years that I had to cope with a lot of anger issues. But when I lose my shit though, maybe once or maybe 2 very good times a year, there are no gods out there that will be able to fucking protect you from that wrath. Let me tell you. And at least, you know, I've got a Pisces stellium to sort of appease this side of me. So Aries, you know, they know how to fight to have something. It's in their blood, it's in their essence, it's in their spiritual nature, even, I will say. So anything that's blocking the way to that, it's like Aries will pass through it. They will not, you know, lose time trying to find a way around it or try to diplomat their way up that wall. They will just pass through it, straight through it. So Aries is ready to go to war and conquer mountains and raid for someone or something that they care about. And that's why sometimes they could seem a bit demanding or perceived as maybe a bit intense or maybe as too much to the other signs. And that's because they are ready to fucking overthrow kingdoms for you, man. But will you be willing to do the same for them, though? It's like not a lot of people are willing to sign up for that, to sign up for such a level of passion. And that's where Aries can find a lot of disappointment in sometimes, when they see that others aren't willing to do the same for them. But you know, love is love, you guys. It's not because it's not the love language that you speak that you are receiving, that it's not a love that is just as pure or just as true nonetheless. So I don't know why it just came up the way that it did. Maybe that somebody here needed to hear that. But this year, my Pal 3, you have a warrior inside of you that is uncompromising, that is willing to take things so far and into the next level. There is something here that you're willing to give it all it takes to have or to make happen. That's the huge influence I'm seeing you being animated by. It's this passion. It's this will to go to the end and back. So this is a year that is going to make you push yourself in so many extreme levels. But at the same time, with this Venus influence being here, I feel that this is an act of love and of self-love, I feel, for you even. There is something you need to prove yourself you're capable of doing on your own. And it's not that you aren't willing to listen to other people's advice or opinions, I don't think, but it's more that I see you putting those, you know, like those horse blinders, I believe it's called. It's kind of like you guys are entering this tunnel vision and nothing can stop you from aiming at this direction that you're aiming at. Nothing will be able to make you change your mind. That's like, I'm seeing you go to a battle here, and it's a battle done with a lot of heart and a lot of soul. There is a lot of emotions poured into that. It's as though something will get activated in you, and not only do you start fighting back, but you also start fighting towards Pal 3. And that's the thing about Aries energy, is that Aries teaches the rest of the zodiac how to fight, how to have courage and remain close to their inner child as well, because they are both the child and the warrior of the zodiac. And what I find so funny is that many people in the spiritual community consider that to be uninvolved, and actually find that it says a lot about what they need to learn, because feeling entitled to something we aren't, that is what is quite unevolved to me. Fighting isn't unevolved. I personally believe that every sign in astrology has something sacred to teach. And you know, Pisces, which is the last sign of the entire zodiac, they teach us how to make peace and how to transcend even, while Aries show us how to fight. And look, fighting doesn't require any sort of bloodshed. I personally never associated fighting with hurting. Fighting to me is a sacred act of rebellion, standing for what we believe in and standing for our values that need to be absolutely protected and defended. If the All-High, our source, gave us this initial will to fight, it's not only to fight for life, but it's also to fight for dreams and to protect them, to fight and protect against tyranny. And in my own personal journey, I've come to learn that there are those sacred moments that call to make peace. Absolutely. But I also deeply believe that there are those moments as well that call in to rise up and fight and to stand on both feet. There are those situations that are absolutely meant to be fought for because they need to be earned. Those things, we aren't entitled to them. We are deserving of them, surely, which is a big difference here, you guys. But if we are deserving of them, then we need to claim them. That is what fighting is actually all about. So this year, there is this big battleground that you are entering, Pile 3, and you are fighting for something you deeply care about. You are fighting from a place of love with Venus. It's like something gets activated in you and you want to defend that, basically. That is the activation of your inner warrior that I'm seeing is going to bring a lot of changes into your life and to the ways that things have been so far for you. But let's see now, oops, that's not the right thing, but let's see now what tarot cards you have received now. And let's start by taking a look at what is the energy that you're going to leave behind in 2022. So those cards I will be drawing now will speak of the energy that is going to actually leave your life this year. Then after that, we are going to take a look at what energies will enter your year. But when it comes to what is leaving your life, we have here the Nine of Wands, and let me get closer. And then after that, we have, look at that, we have the Emperor. Okay, so there is an energy that you will be cutting out of your life, Pile 3. And I feel that this message overlaps the present for you as well. Like, there is a lot of energy that you are cutting out of your life. And I feel that for a lot of you, this is a more so general message in the sense that maybe there are so many outside influences in your life you will have separated yourself from in 2022. Maybe that, you know, there are a lot of people that you're going to unfollow on social medias. Maybe that this is an old group of friends as well, where you guys sort of like grew a bit separated from one another. Maybe that you guys don't have the same values anymore, or the same circle of friends anymore, or the same life priorities anymore. For some of you guys though, it almost feels like this could be a specific person that you're going to target as well. And with this Emperor, this could be a father figure. For some of you, this could be also a boss or a manager at work, perhaps. It may be that you're going to cut this person out in the sense that you will sort of block their energy from affecting you as much as you allowed them to do in 2021. But this is an authoritative figure in your life that you are cutting out here, Pile 3. The Emperor represents someone who has this sort of dominating presence, or this sort of alpha or leader of the pack. Someone that could have tried to boss you around or be the boss of you in a sense. So this could be anyone that you feel is trying to micromanage you or dominate you in a sense. It could even be a partner that acts a bit this way sometimes towards you. However, this being said, I also feel that you guys will step into this Emperor energy very much this year. And I know that these cards are supposed to speak about the energies that is leaving. But that is one thing I'm feeling very much here. I feel that this is you becoming your very own leader, and something you really were becoming sick and tired to have someone on top of you to have to answer to. So that is one huge change that I'm seeing happen for you for sure. And if so, then that explains the level of passion involved with this previous, Aries energy here. There is a battle that you guys will be preparing to fight this year. And it is your own personal battle. And that is why you will be cutting out so much outside influences and energies that distract you or that try to pull you out of focus with that. And to me, this feels like a huge statement that you're making to yourself and to the universe this year, saying that you won't allow anybody or no one to pull you away from this goal or this objective that you have in mind. I just see you guys getting so focused this year. And it's quite funny because I was mentioning that this was your inner warrior that will get activated very much this year. And we have the Emperor here, which is ruled by Aries as well, which is why you can see the ram heads here around this card. And on his throne, on the traditional image of the Emperor. But the Emperor, I personally consider him a master strategist. He is an expert at war because he has been there, a soldier on the field before. The Emperor didn't just become the Emperor from the one day to the next. He actually climbed up the ranks and the ladder in order to get there. And that is why he is shown on this card with such a long white beard, because that is a man of experience that we have right there, who has been head to head with much badder, bigger, meaner foes in the past. So I don't know what is going on in your personal life at this time, Pile 3, but it seems like starting in January, there is this sort of force within you that will just feel like saying fuck it, and that just will want to cut all distractions from your field of focus in this one big goal that you're trying to accomplish here. And it seems like you want to separate from anyone and anything that puts back this authority that you have into question, or that tries to test you or push your boundaries too far with this Knight of Wands. Because it seems here like it's confirmed for sure that you guys were built by experiences to accomplish something this year. And there is nobody this year that will be able to interfere in the way of that. No one. Everything and everyone that were holding you back last year, that is what is going to fall out of your life this year. And that's because you are being more strategic with how you seem to allocate your energies and about who and what you allow into your energies as well. But you guys are on your way to develop much leadership qualities this year, is one thing I want to tell you as well. So you will be developing qualities like much more discipline, like cultivating much higher standards for yourself. You will cultivate being a visionary even. So I don't know if you guys are parting ways from a group, maybe a team or a cooperation of some sort this year, but I'm seeing you here seeking to create your very own kingdom in whatever aspect of life these concerns. So if this is about family, then I see you go out and seek your own independence, maybe getting your own place even, or something like that. If that is the boss, maybe that you have some ideas that they aren't willing to hear. And so maybe that this is you going your separate way to work for yourself. Those are just examples that are coming to my mind really quick here. But you guys are clearly separating or cutting an energy that was holding you back very much for when it came to making big decisions and big moves on your own. And that is you stepping into leadership this year, whatever this means to you, becoming your own leader or assuming the role of leader within a group dynamic even for some of you. But let's see now what's the energy that will enter your life, because then maybe I will be able to connect the messages a bit better. And I believe that every time an energy actually leaves our life, it's actually being recycled into something else. So let's see the positive and the positive changes and blessings for this year that will come into your life in exchange of that. We have here, wow, check this out. We have the Magician. And then we have, that's the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Okay. Wow. Okay. So that is big manifestation energy that is going to come through for you this year, Pile 3, with both the Magician and this Ace of Pentacles being reversed. It's almost like with this Ace of Pentacles being reversed, I'm seeing you give to something or invest very big in something. But that is something that will pay you back in the future though. And that's something that you're willing to do to make something better happen with this Magician being right next. So this is the year to set new intentions for sure. I'm also seeing as well that with this Ace of Pentacles reversed, you might cut a lot of sort of like attachments as well, because what I'm seeing with the Magician and the Emperor is a lot of self-reliant, independent energy coming in for you. So there's something big that you are going to build this year that will grow into this big tree over your head in the future. And it might seem like a risky move for now that you guys will have to do before. I am saying that because this Ace of Pentacles reverse here is saying to me that this is going to be an exchange of energy that you will be doing basically, because there is a price to pay for this thing that you want. And it's interesting because it reminds me a bit about what I was saying earlier about people feeling, you know, entitled to what they want in life, and that's why they will have a bunch of negative associations and charges around the idea of fighting for it, right? But there is a price to pay here, or a sacrifice that needs to be made this year, you guys. And maybe that this is what you are anticipating quite a lot, or maybe that this is what you maybe feel a little bit anxious about this year, because your spirit can sort of pick up on this fact that this is what is coming for you. But what you maybe don't realize just right now, Pile 3, is that you are in a process of manifesting. That is why you have this energy that you have to give up in return. Your manifestation powers will be at their peak this year. And that's because you guys, my dudes, boys, I feel like you are in need of something fresh and motivating in your life. You guys are entering this phase of your life where now you are ready and you need to be challenged more. Because it seems like this year you guys had a taste of your power, of your freedom or leadership, and what it could accomplish, or what you could accomplish through it in a sense, a little bit. But in this new year now, you will be flexing that power in an area of your life that is in need of more energy being placed into. Our manifestations, they're kind of like a piggy bank. The more we invest into them, the bigger, greater, more solid this energy will form and become. And that's the image I'm getting with this Ace of Pentacles reverse. This is you guys pitching in or planting a seed into the earth. But whatever this is that you are looking to make happen for your future, Pile 3, I'm really seeing that a big change that will happen for you this year is cutting out an energy that was keeping you from spreading your wings and from growing. It's kind of like an energy that was possessive maybe over you, because it had this sort of grip over you. Maybe that possessive is not really the right word here, but I feel that it was too controlling for you, or too heavy and oppressive for you. It's like you had to module your life around this thing instead of this thing finding a way to fall into place with the life that you were trying to create for yourself. So There's so much that you wanted to do and to accomplish, but you were held back by this attachment very much with this Ace of Pentacles reversed. That's the energy that is being taken out of your life this year. And it may sound like not so much of a huge shift to everybody else, but for my pile threes though, you guys have been wanting this thing to get out of the way for a long time now, but you won't have to rely on it anymore this year. And it's like, now that this responsibility or authority in your life is gone, you have the freedom to make everything happen with this Magician. So that is a lot of personal power that is coming back to you this year, pile three. A lot of miracle energy as well is what I feel somehow for you. Like you didn't expect something to take off as well as soon as you started taking reins over it. But that's no miracle. That's an evidence of your skills and talents, pile three. So let's check now your oracle cards and see what other changes are coming in for you guys. We have here, look at this, we have a card of dreams. Awesome. And we have the card of career. Awesome. Look at that. Yes, like you guys are realizing a dream this year. Okay, so it seems like there's this huge reorientation that will be happening for a lot of you who have chosen this spell, and this will touch especially your career area of life, like your field of study or how you make ends meet. It's like you're going to get a lot more control over this aspect of your life, or maybe you will have to wear many hats with this Magician and this Emperor here as well. You will be establishing many changes over this area of your life during 2022. Maybe that some of you will seek higher education as well, or will be looking to specialize yourself in a very specific niche. You know, I want you guys to know that there is such a thing as a period where a sprint is what is needed, and then periods of time where rest is what is needed. And I don't know how you guys are going to take this, but this is going to be a period of sprint for you this year. However, it will come out from you feeling so motivated to make something that makes you feel good happen for yourself. And it almost feels like a private journey too, which is crazy. I'm quite surprised that we don't have the Hermit here actually for you, but maybe that most of the time you are someone who is quite laid back, maybe that you are a bit more quiet, or that you're not in a habit to take those sorts of risks that you're going to take there this year, pile three. But this is the year where you guys go out of your normal ways and take willingly the risks it involves. And that's because you guys are connecting to a big picture vision in 2022. If you aren't already connected to that right now, you guys are connecting to a dream this year, to a goal that is connected to your mission and the work that you came here to achieve on this planet. So that is big significant energy here, because all of a sudden it's like the rest don't matter as much anymore. And it's not to say that there are not those other areas of your life that will feel this exciting change as well, but that's to say that anything could happen this year, but nothing will be disturbing this peace, this focus, this discipline that you have. But this year it's like you are done with this phase of following and you are directing now. Pile three, you are leading, you are performing, you are creating, you are building everything from scratch, from your own hands. Well, where you have all of the say over every part of this process. So for some of you, this could be the birth of your own business that is going to happen this year. For some of you, I see that this change is going to come as an offer as well with this Ace of Pentacles. Some sort of opportunity that will seem too big for you to bypass. For some of you as well, this is you being promoted in a position where you have a lot more authority or say over what is going on in your life. But for sure, that's something that will allow you to be very hands-on with this project or goal that you take very at heart with this energy of Venus. But that's a huge change, because this could be the first time that you guys are being thrown off in this sort of place on your own. Or maybe that this is the first time that you guys are being entrepreneurial in such a way, and that you have this kind of big weight of trust being placed on you to make it happen. I just keep feeling that there are big responsibilities for you to bear this year, because again, there are going to be many responsibilities you will need to be very hands-on with. There are going to be many hats for you to wear. I just keep feeling that you guys will be placed into this leadership role or something like that somehow, and it's going to be a lot to manage and to try to figure out at first. But that's because you guys are being trained for this new experience that you are meant to gain under your belt. So that is some serious skills and new competences that you guys will be developing in you in 2022 as well, Pile 3. And those skills and competences, you will be able to monetize them in the future, or realize a huge dream of yours in the future by first acquiring them. But that is all that I'm seeing for you now, Pile 3, and I hope that you claim this reading, and I wish you an amazing holiday season. For those of you who have been curious to check out my private tarot services, I do offer personal readings. The link to my store will be down below in the description box for you guys. And otherwise, I hope to see you back soon on my channel again. Bye, guys. Welcome, Pile 4. This is going to be your reading where we take a look at the major changes coming into your life in 2022. So you guys have chosen to set the intention for abundance with me today. So maybe that this is something that you guys are wishing to yourself in 2022. Maybe that you guys aren't targeting any, specific area of your life necessarily, and that you're just looking for an upgrade of energies this year maybe. But no matter what this is, let's send your intention to the universe together right now. And I'm going to speak the words on this card, this incantation right here, and burn your bay leaf. And you can accompany me by saying the words out loud to yourself, or maybe whispering them to yourself, or just by telling them in your mind if you don't want to freak anyone out. But let's do that together right now. Goddess of abundance divine, let Pile 4 thrive, let fortune be theirs. Goddess of abundance divine, let Pile 4 thrive, let fortune be theirs. Let's set this aside for you all. So if you're ready now, let's start the reading by taking a look at the influencing energies that you guys will be working with starting in January. And you guys have received the cards. We have here Leo, and we have as well Luna, so the moon. And we have as well, I am open to love in various forms. What a beautiful card. I really love this affirmation. So can I just spend a moment here to tell you guys how much Leo is one of my favorite placements for a moon sign? I don't have personally a Leo moon. In fact, I don't have any planetary placements in Leo. However, my father has a moon in Leo, and one of my best friends has one as well. And it's like every Leo moon I have encountered or met in my life, it's like there's this side to them that is extremely warm and loyal. But then what I love the most about this placement is the sense of humor, for sure. I personally find Leo moons to be entertaining as hell, or it's like they have this natural sense of humor to them that always cracks me up, because it's almost like a purposeful exaggeration of reality, and that's a humor that I love. But definitely let me know in the comments if you guys have a Leo moon, and we'll chat about that. But what I'm getting intuitively with that energy though, with moon being in Leo for you guys, is a lot of self-love vibe here for sure. Like all the changes that will be happening for you in 2022 will be at your personal gain. It will sort of be personal changes, most especially, or the most tremendous significant changes that will be happening will be a lot internal for you, Pal 4, because with the moon, it speaks of everything that is in the shadow, because the moon, it comes out only at night. So that is maybe changes that don't look so obvious to the external eye, but they are all within. They're still there. The influence is still felt powerfully within you. So that's a lot of changes that will happen just for you, and so that you can personally benefit from them. It's almost as if this year will call you to be a bit more selfish than usual, perhaps. However, that is a good selfish here. That is the type of selfishness that you guys absolutely needed, because for a while, maybe you could have spent a lot of energy in your life taking care of other things, taking care of others, maybe taking care of your responsibilities. And somewhere in your life, it's almost like it has gotten to this point where it was maybe all work and no play for you for when it comes to that, or all surviving and no fun. And it's as if your life will be approached from a place of fun this year. That's one of the first big changes I'm seeing happening for you. And it may sound like quite a small deal for me, from me saying it like that. But it's as though you guys could have gotten so used to maximize your time and make it profitable and make it productive in 2021. And it's like you have started to realize that this way of doing things didn't necessarily enable you to get more of what you wanted. In fact, if anything, it made you forget a little bit how to play, or how to be your most light-hearted self, or maybe that it made you take a bit of distance with this side of you that is normally playful, that is normally a bubble of life, full of energy, and that takes things less seriously, that takes life a bit more lightheartedly. But it's as though I'm seeing here that there is a lot more time to yourself, and overall a lot more pleasure, enjoyment, and self-gratification that is coming to you. So I don't know if that is a luxury that you tend to find you cannot afford for yourself lately. I don't know if it's if it has been maybe a long time since you have taken, a real vacation to yourself. And by vacation, I mean doing something that will allow you to really take your mind, your heart, your spirit out of work, or out of that to-do list, Pal 4. So maybe that you are not in a habit to take some real time to yourself like that. It really feels as though there is this door that is going to open to you somewhere in your life, reminding you that there is so much more to life, or to your life, than labor for when it comes to that aspect. So something has become a chore, maybe even for you, more than a source of pleasure in your life. And it's like the universe is going to bring you opportunities to reconnect with that personal passion and excitement again, with the things that made you feel alive, with the things that you love as well. With this card, I'm open to love in various forms. So you see how she is sort of holding her hand around her chest with these flowers that are blooming here. That's like your life is going to warm up emotionally. So another change that I see coming in for you guys in 2022 is your personal self-image as well, and the ways that maybe you represent yourself somehow. So I don't know if some of you guys are maybe artists, performers, creators with this card of Leo. But if that's the case, for example, this could be the way that you brand yourself, or public image that changes. It could be your identity that undergoes this shift this year. Otherwise, for the rest of you guys, I'm really getting that this is you being seen more. There is this recognition for your work that is coming in, and a lot of pride as well as a result of that. That's what I'm feeling. That's why I'm feeling a lot of self-love here. It's as though this year you're going to get a lot of confirmations that you guys are at the right place for when it comes to your skills and your talents or your personal endeavors. But that self-motivated pride and self-love is really the energy that I see will be ruling over you this year, over the next 12 months. It's as though the spotlight and the main stage is being given back to you. While for a very long time, it wasn't so much about you lately, I feel. Maybe that some of you guys are parents as well. And this could be another reason why I'm picking this up. This need to sort of take care of yourself a little bit more and do something really nice to yourself. But that's like this year. It's almost like you're going to pick up your life right back. You left it. You're going to start living more for you. It's like a huge selfhood vibe here that I'm picking up for you, which is quite interesting. So let me get into more details for you now, because I want to know what this is about. But let's see now what tarot cards you have received. We're going to start by taking a look at what is the energy that is leaving behind for you in 2022, pile 4. So those cards I will be showing to you right now will speak of the energy that is going to leave your life this year. And then after that, we're going to take a look at what the energies will, what are the energies that will enter for you this year. But for when it comes to what is leaving your life, we have the Star reversed. Let me get closer to the camera. And then we also have the Four of Swords. Very interesting. Okay, so I know what this is about. It looks like you guys, like a lot of you guys needed to take some time off, or maybe some time away from something for a while. I don't know if this is an energy that you guys are going through right now. Otherwise, I feel that this is going to happen to you most likely towards the beginning of next year, in the first few months maybe. But it's as though you are taking some time off to protect your energy a bit better from something here. Maybe even to find back your own energy, to find back your own self. It's almost like you guys got lost for a little while. The energy that I'm seeing leaving your life in 2022, pile 4, is a certain period of reconstruction or rejuvenation that you had to go through. And I am saying that because this Four of Swords is a card of rest. And we also have the Star card here for you reversed, which the Star card comes directly after the Tower card in Tarot, because it represents a time where we are reconstructing what has been damaged or broken from a destructive event in our life. However, this card is being reversed for you, which tells me that this is the process that is going to finish in your life this year in 2022, leaving room for a lot more peace and tranquility to be brought back into your life. That is an energy of recovery that I'm seeing as a big change for you guys for sure here. And it's coming from you taking your distance from a particular situation in your life that caused maybe a lot of stress to you, or that caused you to remove a lot of focus from your own self for a while, pile 4. So it seems like there is this damage that you guys will be repairing or recuperating from fully this year. You guys will be getting back on your own 2 feet. And I wonder if some of you guys maybe went through a difficult divorce over in 2021, because I am seeing some people here that need to retrieve their own energy outside of a particular relationship. I am seeing that for some of you, this was a relationship that had been dragging you down for a very long time now. And maybe that some of you were a bit afraid of the consequences of this separation, of you leaving. Or maybe that some of you were anticipating a lot of stress having to do with having to, move out and find your own place, or see who was going to get the kids and everything. It's as if this process was very draining for you, like psychologically and emotionally as well. It's like it was exhausting. And so your time off was never really a time off because of all of that management that it involved. Otherwise, perhaps that some of you had a certain financial slump in 2021 as well. And if this is the case, then this means that this year you will have finally fully recovered from that. So some of you as well could have lost a job, or I am also feeling that for some of you, that's a health diagnosis that actually forced you to stop like that, and it sort of gave you that wake-up call to sort of recenter and focus around yourself a bit more, and your body and your energy a bit more. It feels like something quite significant here. Oh my God. Some of you could have had a parent or a sibling or a partner that passed away unexpectedly, and I'm so sorry if that's the case. My condolences to you guys. But it's like this event threw you off for a while, and it sort of gave you that huge wake-up call that you needed to see how your life was much more precious, and like there were certain changes that you needed to absolutely implement because you could not live a certain way anymore. But it seems like there was this major loss you guys had to cope with the last year, and it really took a toll on you. It really made you have to take the time to recuperate from this. And so far, you guys have done a really good job. Let me just say, a really, really, really good job. This is a step-by-step unfolding process of a lot of details that needed to be sorted. And there was a lot of emotional and mental involvement in that. And so this was a lot of healing as well that occurred for you guys this year simultaneously. And that's why it was so demanding over your energy. Oh my God. But whatever this is, this was maybe a lot of papers to sort through, or a lot of micro problems to try to figure out, and a lot of micro details that you had to sort out of this, and it was quite a tedious and tiring process. Like, I feel extremely tired or exhausted with your cards piled for. I want to tell you as the good news that this phase of life will be officially over in 2022 for you. That's the energy you have lost into this that I'm seeing is being restored for you again. It's what I'm seeing as well with this Four of Swords. That's like a lot more peace and just a lot more quiet somehow now that this is over as well. A lot more peace of mind coming from all of that mental and emotional space it has freed in you to be finally over with all of that pile 4. So that is why I'm seeing this big energy of self-love showering over you. I feel that you guys didn't even have the time to take care of yourself or take care of your own needs and to think about yourself in this process. It's as though this period of time drained you of so much energy, of so much time and life force that by the end of the day, you were simply feeling too exhausted. So yourself wasn't necessarily the priority here. And I understand that. When we are in recovery mode like that, that's our instinct of survival that gets triggered and that takes in. It's that part of us that does every little thing it can get in order to reserve that little bit of energy left where it needs to be redirected in our body so that we can keep, our head above water. and cope with every changes that it brings. And when we try to fight the current or stay above water like that, we don't really fucking have the time to smile or to relax or take a warm bath, you know. When we are trying to keep up and survive like that, we don't have the time nor energy to have fun. But that is what is coming back into your life this year, Pile 4. And I feel a sigh of relief for you, as though 10,000 pounds just lifted from my shoulders. It's quite insane. I feel that a lot of you guys have been dealing with a lot. But let's see now, what is the energy that will enter your life? Because then maybe I will be able to see a little bit more what this could be speaking about. Because I believe that every time an energy actually leaves our life, it's actually being recycled into something else, you guys. So let's take a look at the positive changes and blessings coming in for you. We have the Knight of Cups. I will get back closer to the camera again. And we have, that's the Two of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so help is on the way, Pile 4. That's the first big message here. Someone that deeply cares about you, or that will deeply care about you, if you don't know them yet, is coming with this Knight of Cups, and they are going to take in a part of this weight you have been juggling with on your own for a while. With this Two of Pentacles reversed, I'm feeling that for my singles who have chosen this pile as well, with this Knight of Cups and this card of I love in various forms, this could definitely be announcing a new romantic prospect as well that could be coming into your life this year. I feel that there is definitely a lot of you guys that will be making some huge decisions for when it comes to your love life as well, with both this Knight of Cups reverse and Two of Pentacles, Knight of Cups upright and Two of Pentacles reverse, I'm sorry. And another big change that I'm seeing coming in as the result of that is the end of a lot of challenging, struggling connections or relationships. I want to warn you though, because with this Two of Pentacles reverse, it's like a lot of you are going to doubt this big decision you will have made, no matter what this is. Perhaps that this is a decision in terms of your career and home life as well, since this is the Pentacles here that we're talking about. But some of you guys will feel extremely tempted to go back on this decision that has been made. And I want you to know, Pile 4, that one big advice I'm seeing here from you guys is to do everything that you can to not go backward. It's to leave this behind right where you left it and to move on. So this decision, I feel, is very related to the energy I was picking up with the previous Star card reverse and Four of Swords. It's as though with this Two of Pentacles reverse, I'm seeing you struggle a bit, trying to figure out if you should stay the course, maybe if you have made the right decision, or if you should maybe change certain things around. However, to me, this Knight of Cups here is a message that you guys should listen to your own heart first. And what I mean by listening and following your heart is to stand by the first impression that this situation made you feel like in the first place. If this is someone that has caused damage into your life, for example, then that's a call to remember how you felt back then when you were stuck in this situation with the Star card reverse, because you guys don't want to go back in this situation. You guys don't want to run back into what feels familiar. You guys need peace of mind and peace of heart this year. And that needs to be your priority right now, is to protect that. You have got to be your own priority this year, Pile 4. And this starts with establishing boundaries with this Four of Swords. Your internal peace and this relationship that you have going on with yourself is what needs to be protected at all costs here. But that's the big change I'm seeing you on this year, is that with this Knight of Cups, this is about following your own gut and your own heart this year. It's about following what feels good for you and being a bit more heart-driven than the last year, perhaps. And it's about following what feels good, because what feels good is either in front of you or it's at the periphery of where you are. So this is about getting back to the person that you were and to the heart that you had before this whole situation occurred in the first place, before this whole situation took you out of it. And that is crazy, because I feel that you leaving this space of recuperation and recovery will mean that you will be getting into the space where now you will be able to make heartfelt decisions again, and not only logical decisions anymore, with this Two of Pentacles being reversed. It's like now I can finally think about me and what I want and where I want to go. So you're going to get the impression of getting back to the real you, or the version of you that you were before all of that draining and exhausting experience took place. Somehow I feel that this Knight of Cups is really your energy as well this year. This is you getting back into pampering yourself, into doing nice things for yourself because you want it. Maybe that this is some of you guys feeling ready to get back into the dating pool even. It's like I see you being in a space where now you don't have to cope anymore. You can dream again. You can aspire again. You can be creative, sparkling, bubbly, fun, passionate about life again. I'm also seeing with this Knight of Cups that since you will be fully recovered from this past, that is also you getting into a space where you can give to others again now, where you can give unconditional love and provide support for those in need now. Or maybe that this is you helping people who are going through same sorts of decisions that you had to make, or that are going through similar situations that you once had to traverse maybe. It's almost like I see you being of service now with all of that maturity, all of that experience, and all of that life lessons that you have gained and learned from all of this. So I don't know why, but with both of these cards, I'm seeing a lot of help energy emanating from you as well, Pile 4. It's as though some of you guys will get into maybe like charity work this year, or as though you guys will be giving some of your time and energy to something or to some other people because it makes you feel so good to do it. Perhaps that some of you as well are looking to create a service of healing, of emotional support, maybe give counseling as well. I just keep feeling as though for some of you, that's another big change as well that will be occurring in your life in 2022. It's that there is a lot of love that you will have to give this year, not necessarily to one particular person, but in general to a pool, a group of people. With this card, I am open to love in various forms. So there is a lot of support and help that you will be providing for some reason to a lot of people. And that's coming from you learning how to give to yourself first. I feel that there was a very big lesson about that for you guys through this period of recovery for you last year. It's like there was this big lesson of self-love involved in there, and of knowing how to take the relationship that you have going on with yourself a lot more seriously and more as a priority. And from that, it's like you will be in a position to give more now. And I love that. That's a lot of self-dedication that you're going to give this year. And I feel that it's going to be a pivotal moment for you for when it comes to how you are going to live your future as well. But let's check your oracle cards now and see what other big changes are coming in for you guys, to see if there's not anything that I could have forgotten about. But we have here the card of courage. Oh, and look, there's a lion there, and we have the card of Leo. That's right. And then we have happiness. Yeah. There will be a lot of happiness for you next year. For sure. Yeah, it's like nothing can touch you now, Pile 4. I just feel that you guys were way too tired to do anything that felt really good and fun for you. And I feel that this year, this is what is coming through to you, Pile 4. It's just more fun and more stuff that you will be doing because you really want to do them. Not because you need them or because you need to get something out of them, but because you genuinely, sincerely want to be there and to do them. And that's a big change for you because for a while now, there was a lot that you guys had to cope with that was out of need and out of obligations for you with this Two of Pentacles reverse. And now it's like you get to be happy, glowing, and luminous again. It's as though your overall vibe and frequency will shift from this, where life feels a lot more upbeat than before and a lot less serious. And I am picking up as well with this kind of courage. It's that this will be coming a lot from having the courage to stand your ground with your own personal decision. Pile 4, your own personal decisions. It's like your life is getting revitalized again from that. You guys are meant to spread a lot of happiness into people's lives this year for sure. Through your personal work and involvement is what I see with this Nine of Cups. And I feel that this is the blessing that is meant to bloom out of this difficult experience for you, Pile 4. There was a purpose that emerged out of that, is what this card of happiness and this Nine of Cups feel like to me, because you will know what it feels like to be drained from life force energy or to be in this sort of situation. That's why this year you're going to become extremely protective, not only of yourself, but also towards people who are in those types of fragile situations and that are in need of someone who has enough empathy to give them the courage to do the very hard and difficult things. So wow, Pile 4, wow! You guys are going to fulfill a very important part of your spiritual mission is what I feel this year. And it's to be this Knight of Cups that brings love, that brings inspiration and healing into this world to people who have lost touch with themselves or that lost themselves like you did in the past. So you guys will be roughly involved in your spiritual mission this year, or it's like you will be finding one of the reasons why you are here out of that experience, as though this wasn't meaningless at all after all. It's like there will be a reason out of that to uplift not only yourself, but uplift humanity as well through some sort of creative or spiritual work is how I feel here. So you guys will express yourself a lot through this work too. That's crazy. This could be anything from making art or getting involved in some sort of activism or charity work, like I was saying, from maybe writing or blogging even. But that's a lot of involvement that's coming from a place of heart, from you feeling happy and fulfilled by doing it, Pile 4. And I am so happy for you right there. But that is all I'm seeing here for you, Pile 4. I hope that you claim this reading, and I wish you an amazing, amazing holiday season. And for those of you who have been curious to check out my private tarot services, I do offer personal readings. The link to my store will be down below in the description bar. And otherwise, I hope to see you back soon on the channel again. Bye bye, you guys.